And good afternoon and welcome to the coverage this afternoon from the Workers' Arena here in Goulburn, where it is the Woden Valley Rams visiting to take on the Goulburn Workers Bulldogs. Should be a good match. Goulburn Workers Bulldogs have had a good season. They sit in second on the premiership ladder as we edge closer to the finals. And the Woden Valley Rams, they lost a couple on the trot. They've slipped out of the top four. They sit in fifth position. So this probably could be a must-win game for them this afternoon. So both sides with plenty to play for. Goulburn Workers still got their eyes on the minor premiership. The conditions are outstanding. For a winter's day, sun is shining. And there's no cloud to speak of or no breeze. So Goulburn has really turned on the weather for this game of rugby league. The ground is in great order. Terrific grass cover for winter. And the referee and his linesmen are making their way now towards the field. Well, that was the ground announcer just naming the teams. Just haven't got a number for the centre for the Woden Valley Rams. Might be able to pick that up very shortly as the Woden Valley Rams make their way out onto the field. And terrific crowd here. Now it may be, I think the centre will be playing in 18 because 18 has run onto the field. So that's Goulburn, in fact, running onto the field. So it's Woden Valley Rams. I need a number for one of their centres. Goulburn Workers. I correct myself. The Bulldogs are out on the field. So I haven't got a number 18 for the Goulburn Workers. And we need one number for the Woden Valley Rams. So not sure if I'll be able to secure these missing names now that we're about to go to kick off. So Chris Hart will take the kick off to start things. Perfect conditions. Sun shining, no clouds, not a drop of wind, and the ground in great order. Goulburn Workers, the Bulldogs, second on the ladder and looking to push forward to the minor premiership. Need a win this afternoon to keep that alive, and it's a long kick-off. Goes downfield, and the first run is Pryor from the Rams, and he's met with solid defence. He's 12 metres out from his line in the first tackle. And I'll push it down that blind side. And it's a good solid run. It picks up probably 14 metres. It came from Ellis. And again, they probe up the centre. Goulburn's defence is up quick. 3 and a tackle the early stages of this game. Playing the ball is Perry. They'll keep pushing it up the centre. So they edge to halfway. A big wrestle going on in that tackle. I'll just try and pick up most of these players who are unknown to me. Lincoln Withers is one player I know. He got a ball back inside. So Woden's first set has come to the last tackle, and they'll grub a kick deep into Goulburn territory, but beautifully scooped up and brought out by their fullback, Tyler Cornish, and he'll play it 25 metres out from his own line. So it's Goulburn's first touch of the ball. The winger Cummins plays it. They just probed one out early in this game. That run by Tyson Greenwood. He's 10 short of halfway. And this time Cornish sends it out to Tito. He makes halfway. Orbison is the dummy half. He links up with a big forward in Brebner. Comes back to Mitchell Cornish. Puts up a high kick. It's very high. Safely taken by Whitbread. And Whitbread takes it 15 metres out from his own line. So no mistakes from either side in their first set. No penalties. And they're just going through the settle down stage. Henderson had that last run, and now they push it to the far side of the ground. It's Woden with the ball. The winger Murphy takes the tackle. Comes back for a forward to run it. That's Pryor. Dan Pryor is going to play it 10 short of halfway. Last tackle, so not many metres gained. Lincoln Withers puts up a kick with a nasty bounce for Goulburn. It goes to Woden. Big chance for Woden. They should score here. Going for the corner, a great covering tackle. Tyler Cornish. It was 2-on-1. Somehow Tyler Cornish has come up with a big smothering tackle. But the Rams had 2-on-1 with inside that last 10 metres that they failed to capitalise. So Goulburn can thank their fullback. It was a nasty bounce from the Lincoln Withers kick. And now Goulburn push it away out of their own end. That was Finoti. This time, Izzy Tidor gets up to play the ball. There's a bit of push and shove. A couple of the boys are anxious to get it on, get it rough. Push and shove goes on. Now they'll push it down this blind side, Goulburn. And Connor Brebner. Oh, this has got a bit of feeling in it early. Bit of feeling from the Goulburn boys. A bit of niggle from Woden, and Goulburn are responding. Ball's down. Goulburn gets 6 to go as they scoop it up. And they've dropped it with the line there. The line presented itself, but they've lost the ball. So Woden are off the hook. And it was about time a penalty came, because there's a fair bit of feeling early. And I think the referee probably needs to show who is in charge of this match. A lot of niggle going on. Lincoln Withers is having a chat to the referee, and no doubt that would be about the push and shoves that are going on. Withers kicks for touch. You take play 24 metres out from his own line. Tap comes from the big fellow Dan Pryor. In fact, it was the centre Giga. We'll get to know a few of these players shortly. That's Dan Pryor with a good run. Nice offload too. And they'll keep probing it up the centre. So some good metres now made by Woden. They've got it down about 35 metres out from Goulburn's line. Playing the ball is Perry. And up the centre. That's a darting little run from the Woden Rams. Came from Sosonesis. I hope I pronounced it right. the dummy half. Lincoln Withers is going to be forced to play it 10 metres out from the line. They'll move it to the right. They'll go with the grubber kick. This is danger. Scooped up, though, by Goulburn. They'll be struggling to get into the field of play. Well, that was a big tackle. Came from Martin. Aaron Martin put on a big tackle there on Steve Cummins. Forced him back into the in-goal area. So the Bulldogs are forced into the line drop-out situation. Not much between these two sides early in the match. Both playing it hard up the middle in the settling down stages. Short line drop-out. Goulburn should get this ball back. Can they get back in the field of play? They will. Just narrowly. The halfback, Nicholas Cornish, was the man who cleaned it up, and Goulburn rather. Goulburn get the penalty, and they needed that. Under siege down their end of the field. A good kick for touch. Sees it go out about 35 metres. And Goulburn push it up the centre. Comes away for Cornish, links up with his brother. And then they push it on to Chris Hart. And Hart's brought down 32 metres out from the line. They push it up the centre again. So Goulburn, good field position now. That run was from Tidor. And that time it was Connor Brebner. Now they'll go to the back line. And out to number 18. And he's unloaded it. He's got it away to Pat Cook. Cook's brought down just metres short of the line. So I haven't got an 18 on my sheet. Well, that kick was too big. So it will come out to the 20-metre line. Now, Tyson Greenwood has been called out. And that'll be just a word to him. I think that might be for the shove on Lincoln Withers. Pushed him hard into the fence. He was uninjured, Lincoln Withers. So the Rams with the ball. They'll take it 30 metres out from their own line in the first tackle. Sostenesis working the dummy half position with his men. He gave it to Ellis, who took a run. Ball goes back to Sean Maloney. And Maloney's made some good metres. He's up to the 40 for the Rams. Far side of the ground. Straighten things up through Pryor. Oh, he unloads. Sostenesis gets a little dart in. 20 metres out now from the workers' line. This is an opportunity for Woden. Comes to Kapusi. He's unloaded at Lincoln Withers, but Withers was wrapped up. And the lock forward has a run, Perry. They're probing close, and they're keeping it alive. Back to the hooker. Flicks one out to his centre. Liam Simonson. Just short of the line. Ball comes back for Withers. Puts up the kick. And a good take by the workers. I think that's Cummins. And he's picked up a penalty too. In fact, I think it was Chris Hart who got up above them all. And they tried to slide him back into the in-goal area, but it was not on. Referee has given a penalty to the Goulburn workers.
Thank you, everyone, so far for supported our breast cancer support group Ladies Day fundraiser today. Just a fundraising challenge for you so far. We have raised
Chris Hart to play the ball.
for our local breast cancer support group.
Back through Orbison.
This is around figures to do with our
Finds one of his forwards.
For our fundraising for today. So we still do have raffle tickets available.
Orbison links up with Tidor. Centre of the ground, they've crossed halfway. Now Orbison back to Nicholas Cornish. Now Orbison goes for a run himself. Beautiful ball. Beautiful ball away to Mitchell Cornish. And they've finished it off with a try underneath the post. So Nicholas Cornish, I think, is the man who ended up with the try. Apologies for the loudspeaker. It certainly is loud. So the Goulburn Workers, Bulldogs, they're the first to strike. They go to 4-0. And took them 12 minutes of play to come up with the first points. The kick will be almost in front. In what has been a pretty tough first 12 minutes, there was a bit of feeling between the two sides. The referee seems to have settled them down at this stage. So I've got a number 18 out there for Goulburn. Could be Michael. We may have heard all of that. Nicholas Cornish, I can confirm, was a try scorer. Conversion successful. 6-0 Goulburn Workers, Bulldogs, over the Woden Valley Rams. After 12 minutes to get that first try. Ball back to Cornish. And he'll give it to Brebner to run it out. Big front rower. He makes it 12 metres out from his own line. Orbison fires it away to Greenwood. Greenwood plays it, comes back out through Cornish, linking up with his outside men through Hart. Then it went to Steve Cummins, but no room to move. Jumper over his head. Goulburn get the penalty. So the penalty's coming fairly thick and fast. They won't make many metres on this kick because he was a metre in from touch, Mitchell Cornish. So he's really not going to get an angle on it. Orbison taps it. Gave it away to Hart for that first run. Greenwood in the second run. So they'll probe up the centre. Cornish, the 5'8", holding it up with a beautiful ball. Oh, gee, might have been a bombed opportunity there. A bomb try. The knock on came from Nicholas Cornish. Mitchell Cornish did great work linking up with Raiden Finotti. And then the ball back into Nicholas Cornish. And it was starting to look like it was try on, but the ball's gone to ground. And the scrum will pack. And there's no rush. It's been pretty torrid the first 15 minutes. Pretty torrid pace. So the boys are sucking in the big ones. Woden will get the scrum feed. And they'll work it away. Liam Simonson comes up with a good run too. Ava bring the ball back. Up the centre, Kapusi. Just shy of halfway, Kapusi. Making more metres slowly as they couldn't get him to ground. He's a big, strong lad. They'll work it up the centre again. Dummy showing there from Pryor. Now Lincoln Withers kicks deep down into the corner. He turns the fullback Tyler Cornish around. Cornish is going to let it go over the dead ball line. A good decision. He had 4 Woden Valley Rams breathing down his throat. So Tyler Cornish takes the tap on the 20. The fullback saved one try earlier in the match. Orbison dummy half. Winger in for a run, Pat Cook. 10 shy of halfway. Orbison looks one way, comes back to the open side, Tyson Greenwood. Proves a handful, they get him down. Orbison on to Izzy Teeter. He's running strongly, and there's another penalty to Goulburn. So a run of penalties going to the Goulburn workers. Great field position now. 32 metres out where they'll kick for touch, and they'll start this set about 20 metres out. So they've got the field position. They lead 6-0. Steve Hart with a run. Oh, he's crunched. He's stopped in his tracks by one of the big Woden forwards. Orbison gives it away to Connor Brebner. And he's about 2 metres shy of the line. Cut out ball. Cornish. And there's an intercept. Comes from Liam Simonson. So they've surrendered that great field position. Given the Rams, Sean Maloney took a run. And the Rams off the hook. Breathing a bit easier now as they try and force it back towards halfway. Withers links up with Martin. 2 metres short of halfway. Back for Withers to probe with a man on his outside. Withers calling the shots naturally for the Rams. And they'll go with the kick. Far side of the ground. Pat Cook has taken it nicely. And Cook is tackled 20 metres out from his own line. There's number 18. He's proving quite a handful. Finally, they bring him down on the halfway. There's a good little run from Nicholas Cornish. So easy metres now for the workers. And a couple of tackles. They're down there in the danger zone. Matt Warboy's their captain. 20 metres out. Back for Cornish. Oh, beautiful ball. Held that up to Tyson Greenwood. Nicholas Cornish held that up. And Tyson Greenwood, he ran hard at the gap. He held that ball up, and Tyson Greenwood just ran off his hip. It was a good run by Greenwood. He ran straight at the gap. He's got a bit of a swerve on him for a big man too, the big front rower. And he just proved unstoppable. So out of 10-0. Kick to come. Goulburn workers. With 21 minutes before half time. Have got the upper hand in the last 10 minutes with these couple of tries. Woden yet to post a point. Only early days yet though. So Steve Hart will take the kick. Some big long steps backwards. Gets himself set. Has a crouch. Weighs the situation up. And moves in. And he's got the flags up. So he's got 2 from 2. So 12-0 to the Goulburn workers, the Bulldogs. 20 minutes to go in this first half. Certainly Woden were matching them early, but now Goulburn with those couple of tries have really got the upper hand. So Woden are going to have to dig deep and just stop this progress. Goulburn with the ball. I can't help you with this gentleman's name. He's not on my sheet. Well, 19. It could be Michael Dodson, 19, possibly. I got 29, but every chance that it was supposed to be 19. So it's the Workers pushing it up towards halfway. Important to have a good set off the back of that try. Orbison kicks a little ball away. Greenwood, the try scorer, has made good ground. Down towards the 30. Mitchell Cornish kicks it through. Oh, the Rams scoop it up, and they've found room. It's at the fullback, galloping away. Beautiful pickup. It was from Whitbread. So Rams suddenly under pressure have now found themselves in a favourable position on the field. It's a bit of a high shot there. Came from Michael Dodson. The penalty is blown. And Woden, 30 metres out, will have a set in the danger zone to see what they can come up with. So the kick for touch only finds a few metres. They'll start their tap 25 out. Running up hard, Michael Giga. 10 out. Slow play the ball. Throw it across to Withers. Shoots a ball back on his inside to his lock forward, Steve Perry. I'll go to the left to Withers, showing it. He's got runners, holds it up, put down by the Rams. Put down. So that good field position has gone to waste. Had a couple of settlers. They decided to air it out wide. I think, not sure who the man was that put it down. So scrum will pack. 13 metres out from the Workers line. Workers get the feed. Referee having a bit of a chat to both sides. Goulburn without a second rower. Someone races in to fill that position. And the Goulburn come away with the scrum win. Mystery man in number 18. He's having a good game though. They just push it up the centre again, Goulburn Workers. That time it was through Tidor. And there's the whistle blowing again. Chris Hart copped a bit of a high shot. The Goulburn Workers centre. Referee was on the spot to award the penalty. And with the kick for touch, the Bulldogs now cross halfway to start their set. 45 out. 14's on the field, Hayden Hodge. He's going to play the dummy half role. Hodge pushes it on to Matt Martin. Martin gets the legs driving. 12 metres from the line. Hodge gives it to 19 Michael Dodson. Runs it hard, 2 metres out from the line. Hodge fires a long ball out to Cornish, Mitchell Cornish. Beautiful step off the right. He's over the line. And now they go to the right. They've got the numbers on the right. And coming around as close to the post as he can as number 18. And I'd like to give number 18 a rap, but I don't. Well, I just couldn't pick it up from the ground announcer. It was a bit blurred on what his name is. He's having a great game, and he's picked up a try. So maybe half time I might be able to find out. So Goulburn stretched that lead, 16 points to 0. They're looking the goods at the moment, 16-0. They've run in 3 tries in about 12 minutes. We've got 14 minutes to the break in these perfect conditions. A very pleasant winter's afternoon here at the Workers Arena in Goulburn. And Chris Hart has the ball placed for the Goulburn Workers. He's 2 from 2 so far this afternoon. Takes that huge step backwards. Turn round. Get into the crouch position, have a look up, weigh the situation up. Yeah, everything looks right. So he moves in, strikes it okay, and he's missed it. Got it up nice and high in the air. So it's 16-0. Still 13 minutes to half time. All the momentum is with the Goulburn Workers Bulldogs, who sit second on the competition ladder. Woden in 5th spot. They come here today really needing a win. Matt Martin charging the ball up. Workers with another run. Ball comes away through Tyler Cornish, linking up with his outside man. A ball back inside to Steve Hart. 15 short of halfway. Orbison to Dodson. He runs hard. Finds a metre over halfway. Centre of the ground. Orbison away. Finoti. So Goulburn really making the metres now. Mitchell Cornish with a high bomb will sort out Whitbread. He's put it down, Whitbread. It was a high, difficult one. And his support player dived on the drop ball, but he was offside. And it'll be interesting here if Goulburn keep the attack on, which I'd like to see, or whether they take the gift 2 points. I think at 18-0, they can probably afford to keep applying the pressure. So Hodge takes the tap. Running it up, Matt Martin. Hodge to Cornish. Gives it on to Greenwood. See, they're close. Back to the right they'll go. Dodson. He's struggling with them, trying to get over the line. 3 of them wrestle with him. They can't put him down. Extra men come in, still can't get Dodson down. Now they fire it away. Nicholas Cornish. I think he got it onto his brother Mitchell. And he's gone over the line. But in fact, it was to Matt Warboys. He'll have to bring it out 10 metres and play it. Their captain, Warboys. Ball away to their lock forward. Oh, he unloads to Hodge. Hodge pushed one off. Got it to 18. Number 18. He's strong. He's over. He is a strong boy. 4 players there, and they couldn't stop him. Okay, so it's Dylan Rhoda. On my sheet was number 4, but he's in fact wearing 18. Dylan Rhoda. So I've solved that problem. Dylan Rhoda is the big man having a blinder in jacket number 18. Ten minutes till half time. And the score is blown out to 20 points to 0. So it has been one-way traffic for the last 20 minutes as Goulburn have put try after try. And they are looking the goods. This is going to take a big effort from Woden of Valley Rams to get back into this one, even though we've still got 10 till the break. They're just being totally outplayed this afternoon at this stage. Kick from Steve Hart. It's coming around, but he's missed it, so it stays at 20 points to nil. And so Chris Hart is 2 from 4 with his conversions. 20-0. The Goulburn Workers Bulldogs in full control. Withers will get play underway once again for his side, the Rams. The deep kick. And running it back up, Matt Martin. Way Goulburn are going at the moment. It's Fenoti. They could well post another try before half time. Look at the metres they're making. Fenoti, a beautiful ball away to keep it alive. To Hodge. Oh, now they've made a breakout on this far side, and they might bomb this try. It went forward. Tidor was through the gap. 2 men on his outside. And the try, it was a big opportunity to come up with another try, but they've missed that opportunity, Goulburn. But they're sailing along at 20 points to nil. 7 minutes to the break. And Woden have got a ton of work to do. Liam Murphy with a run, the winger for the Rams. It's back through their 5'8", Maloney. Linked up with a forward. Goulburn Workers' defence is good as they wrap up Perry just near halfway. Trying to force it up Mitch Souter. 42 out, centre of the ground. Lost their way a bit here. Steve Perry has a run. Now Mitch Souter going into dummy half. Pushes it on to Ellis. Ellis about 25 metres out from the line. So the Rams desperate for points before half time. Will keep them clinging to hope if they can get some points. Luke Johnson. Johnson will play it about 23 out. Ball's back for Withers. Couple of decoy runners, and they keep the ball alive. Gets out to their winger, Henderson. And Henderson not much room to move in. Back for Withers. Withers. Got it on to Maloney. They'll keep going the far side with Withers. Pop the beautiful ball back on the inside to Wellis. And they've put it down. No, they're back with it. Withers, grubber kicks too deep. Or was it? Not sure. Lincoln Withers made a dive over the dead ball line and tried to bat it back in the field of play. Was he successful? Because then Goulburn player did have to knock the ball dead. I think it's going to be a line dropout. So he's ruled that Lincoln Withers must have had a foot out when he batted that ball back in. Line dropout's a short one again, and Goulburn get it. Thought the Rams might be awake up to that. Second time in the match. So Fenoti, good ball away to Hodge. Hodge has got it away to Cornish, Nicholas Cornish. He put the foot down, but wrapped up in a beautiful tackle about 20 metres out. Now it's Rhoda. He's already got a couple of tries. He's a powerful runner, and he's going to get a penalty here in a moment. The player was all over him. Comes back for Dodson. Dodson straightens things up. He only knows one way to go, this boy. Back for Hodge. That's to Mitchell Cornish. Got it to Steve Hart. They're only 2 metres away from the line. Goulburn searching for more points. They've lost the ball. Thinking Withers came up with it. And the referee, not sure what he's ruled. He's going to pack a scrum down, give Goulburn the feed. So 3 minutes 40 on the clock. Goulburn workers leading 20 points to nil, and with the scrum feed can be in search for more points before half time. Out through the Cornish boys. Goes to the third Cornish boy, and there's a simple try. He just kept it going to Pat Cook, and Cook has got the simplest try he will ever score. Went through Nicholas Cornish, Mitchell Cornish, Tyler Cornish. It's the Cornish show. So 24-0, kick to come. That's probably all we're going to see this for. Oh no, there's still a couple of minutes on the clock. So Goulburn really doing this comfortably. Steve Hart up for the conversion. Chris Hart has the ball placed. Two from four so far. This one not overly difficult. And he's kicked it. 3 from 5 for Chris Hart. 26-0. This has been a fantastic first half from the Goulburn workers. Woden Valley Rams. So Woden Valley will have it all to do in the second half, trying to keep their final hopes alive as they sit in 5th position. Matt Martin in the blue, light blue headgear. Nicholas Cornish acting dummy half. Found a forward. He ran into 4 Woden players. I think it was War Boys. Just probe again up the centre. These are Dodson. Slow play the ball. Comes out, Izzy Tidor. And he's almost found halfway. Nothing flash from Goulburn. Matt Martin. Ball's loose. Penalty to Goulburn. So clock's gone crazy. I'd say there'd be about a minute or less to go. And this is another chance for more points to hit the 30s for Goulburn before the siren goes. Ball comes out across the back line. Goes to the winger, Steve Cummins. Tracks back infield. Lincoln Withers underneath him. Ball's away to Mitchell Cornish. Gives it on to Izzy Tidor. 2 metres short of the line. Hodge throws a long ball that found the ground. Dodson picks it up. Throws it back to Hodge. An attempted field goal by Mitchell Cornish. Did it go over? It did.
Field goal. The Bulldogs was kicked by number 6, Mitchell Cornish, and sponsored by TVT Racing, so it makes the half-time score for the first row fixture. The Bulldogs 27 by Grand Hill.
Big first half from Goulburn.
temporary raffle tickets 6281. 6281. If you've got that number, bring it up to the box. Otherwise, let instructions.
So Goulburn Workers Bulldogs, a big first half, leading 27 points to nil. And Woden Valley, whose defence really capitulated in the second half of that first half to let in 27 unanswered points. 27-0. Goulburn Worker Bulldogs over the Woden Valley Rams. So, play will resume very shortly for the second half here at the Workers' Arena in Goulburn, where the Goulburn Workers Bulldogs are back on the field, and we wait the Woden Valley Rams. The score, 27 points to nil in favour of the Goulburn Workers Bulldogs. And they really put the points on around about the midway through that first half. They steamrolled the Rams, who had no answer. And a field goal after the siren blew, took it out to the odd number of 27. 27-0. Rams have had very limited opportunities to come up with points. Goulburn has dominated field position, and they are rolling down the park through their forwards in great fashion. They're making big meters out of their own territory. They're in full control. So it's now up to the Woden Valley Rams to try and lift. So the Rams pretty much back on the field. And a big job in front of them. Lincoln Withers to the sideline, just talking with his couple of club officials. And we should have the kick-off shortly from the Woden Valley Rams. It'll probably be Lincoln Withers who'll take the kick-off. I don't know what the captain could have said to them at half-time, but he's got to try and get them motivated to stay interested and try and force some sort of a comeback. And there's a huge hill to climb at the moment, 27-0. There's the start of the second half, and Lincoln Withers sends it down, and there's a knock back from Nicholas Cornish for it's scooped up and run back into the field of play by Robins. Matt Martin takes a run. Takes play 20 out from his own line in the second. Laying over the top of him, Steve Perry. So the referee has ruled a penalty to Goulburn. I've got a huge speaker just to the right of me with the announcements coming through it. It is certainly getting the message across. So Goulburn, they're on the roll. They're starting the second half like it was the first. Rhoda had a good run. And now Robins has a run. Hodge dummy half. Right knee strapped up. Ball away to Cornish. Nicholas Cornish. Mitchell Cornish. On to Tyler Cornish. The Cornish family. Ball to Steve Hart. Steps off the left and beats one before they wrap him up. Tackle made by Steve Perry. 20 out, Goulburn. Go down the blind side through Mitchell Cornish. Pass went astray. Over the sideline. And scrum will pack. 11 metres out from Woden's line. So they'll have a bit of work to do when they win their scrum to go back down the park. It's a glorious day here in Goulburn. Middle of winter. Not a cloud in the sky, not a breath of wind, the sun shining brightly, and a lot of people in short sleeves. Can you believe it? Withers to feed the scrum. So Woden, they need a good set here. Murphy takes it, the winger, and he's crunched to the ground. Few more metres made. That time it was through Liam Simonson. So they're not offering a great deal in attack at the moment, the Rams. The 5'8" had a run Maloney. And that time it was Lyle Johnson. But it's pretty much one out stuff He's trying to push up the centre and find halfway. They've used up 5 tackles without any imagination. Ball goes to Withers. Puts up a high one. And Cummins on the far side has the ball. Took it nicely. And made play out to the 22-metre mark. Penalty. Goes to Goulburn Workers. Woden inside the 10. Making it hard on themselves. Giving away these penalties. Mitchell Cornish kicks for touch. And it's a good kick too. It'll take play down to the 40. So Woden will be under pressure again. Hodge gives it to Chris Hart. The centre takes the first run. Martin. He's been busy, Martin. 25 metres out. Mitchell Cornish. Back inside Dobson. Beats 1 and 2. And he's finally brought down by Ellis. Good run. Mitchell Cornish. Long ball out to the Chris Hart. Stepped off the left. Lincoln Withers came up with a try-saving tackle around the legs. They're going to push it to the winger who's got no room to move in. And Steve Cummins will be forced to play the ball. Nicholas Cornish, little kick, grubber kick, be too deep, will it? No, comes back in. Now, did it come off a Goulburn player? Well, he's ruled a penalty in front of the kicker, I think. So, Woden survive. And they kick for touch to take play back down the field, 15 short of halfway. That was a messy little situation, but I think he's ruled the players in front of the kicker. Ron Lepay with a good run up towards halfway. They keep trying to push it forward. Steve Perry. Under 21. That's Josh Thompson. Back for the 5'8", Sean Maloney. Ball pops out the back. Referee says it's okay. Goulburn Workers have it, so the mistakes are really costly for Woden Valley Rams. They've given away penalties, dropped balls, and they're just not allowing themselves to get momentum up. Hodge is pushing away from players. Found halfway. Nicholas Cornish. Back for Martin. Tackle from Perry. Nicholas Cornish, Mitchell Cornish. Oh, and there's a beautiful ball away to Tidor. Tidor back inside. Lovely to Mitchell Cornish. Puts it down underneath the post.
Bulldogs, number 6, Mitchell Cornish, on to TPDC taking as the score to Bulldogs 31, Woden Rams 0.
Well, that just looked too easy. It was good play. And Woden are in all sorts of trouble. I just can't see where any fight back is going to come from. Whereas Goulburn Workers, the Bulldogs, they're in coast mode, pushing it out to 31 points to 0. Half an hour to go. And if Woden are going to offer that type of defence, we may see a fair scoreline if the Goulburn Workers Bulldogs keep their foot on the pedal. The kick in front for Chris Hart. He's kicked 3 from 5 this afternoon. He's taken it back 11 metres. And he's put it over. So we'll make it 4 from 6.
Successful for number 3, Chris Hart, sponsored by Goulburn Worklocker, and scored to Goulburn Bulldogs 33, Woden Rams 0.
33-0. Goulburn Workers, Bulldogs, still in the hunt for the minor premiership in a very close competition. Tuggeranong on top. The Goulburn Workers certainly will be keen to keep pushing the issue. Well, everyone's missed that one. It's finally picked up by Pat Cook. And Cook is getting around some tired Woden players are really dropping off. Ron Lepay made the tackle in the end. So Robins with a run. Dodson now. They know they're in well control, Goulburn. Well, what do we got? It's Dodson to play the ball again. Martin. He's always good for a hit up every set. Taking play towards halfway, the Goulburn Workers. Hodge to Mitchell Cornish. Puts a nice kick in looking for touch. He won't find it. Whitbread's got it. But he doesn't get far. He'll play it 5 metres out from his own line. The Rams got the heads down. They really look like a beaten side with a half hour to go. Try and push it out through Maloney. But they're just not making any impression. That time Steve Perry tried hard. Now they've dropped the ball. Knock on. Picked up by Chris Hart. Picks up about 8 metres. So they're 25 out. They're in the prime position for more points. Mitchell Cornish to Dobson. And Dobson, he runs hard all the time. 12 metres out from the line. Hodge goes for a scurry. Tried to hold it up. He's 2 metres short of the line. Martin to dummy half. Nicholas Cornish off the right foot a couple of times. Runs back into traffic. Hodge fires one wide left to Dobson. He'll be hard to stop. Half a metre short. Withers over the top of him. Hodge goes himself. He might have got there too. I'll back him that he got there. Yeah, referees ruled it. So Hayden Hodge. Just went from dummy half. He knew there was some tired men. Kept the head down fairly low, and he surged over the line. 37-0. The Goulburn Workers Bulldogs. Really giving it to the Rams here this afternoon at the Workers Arena in great conditions. The field soaked in sunshine, beautiful winter's day. Dodson coming off for a rest. She's a powerful runner. Now we've got Orbison back on the field for the Goulburn Workers as Chris Hart pushes that over from in front. 39-0. And with still 28 minutes of play left, the scoreline is blowing out. Very much an embarrassing scoreline for the Woden Valley Rams, who competed quite fiery in the first 10 minutes, but have offered little since. Martin takes the first run out. Johnson there to meet him. Push it out through Brebner. Referee blows the whistle. And a scrum will pack. And it will be the Rams who get the feed. So they've got a bit of field position. 28 metres out, they'll win this scrum. What can they do with it? In search of their first points in this match. Withers feeds it. Comes out through Maloney to his centre. Geiger. With the Rams. The Rams just not coming up with anything at the moment. Having a run, Luke Johnson. They're 10 metres short. It's out of the dummy half. Bring it back to the left for Maloney, who shows the dummy as a run himself, pushes out of a tackle. Wrapped up by War Boys. Now a penalty to the Woden Valley Rams. So, another set. Can they get their first points of this match? Goes out to 21, Josh Thompson. It's out of the dummy half. Long ball to Withers. Another long ball goes away to Alice. Alice tries to unload, and the ball is scooped up by Steve Cummins. So Woden come away from that danger zone without points. It's the story of their afternoon. Not that they've got in the danger zone too often. So the workers bring the ball out. Brebner. Push it to the left and bring it back. It's Cornish, Nicholas Cornish. Rota. Refuses to surrender in a tackle. Rota, he fights for every inch. Ball away for Robins. Robins thrashing around on the ground trying to get up. Mitch Cornish with a little chip over the top. Lincoln Withers wins the race. Oh, now it comes up for their fullback in Whitbread, who found some open space. And he's picked up a penalty for his trouble. And march 10 metres, Mitchell Cornish, for complaining to the referee in a fashion he was not happy with. So they go up through Perry, 19 metres out from the line. Souter with a little run from dummy half. Brebner's got him. Johnson dummy half to Withers. Withers brought a player back on his inside in Ellis. Ellis standing up in the tackle. Lost the ball. Got a penalty. 2 in the tackle. Trying to reef the ball out. Tap comes to Withers. Goes straight out wide. Maloney. They try and push it wider. The small band of Woden fans got a little bit excited there as Whitbread went close. Now they go up again through the centre. Steve Perry, 3 metres from the line. Souter brings it back to Maloney. He goes himself over the line and held up. So he'll bring it out 10 metres and play it. Woden so close to getting their first points in this match and just can't quite crack it. Souter got it out to Withers. Withers over the top to Whitbread, and he beat a tackle, but a crunching tackle from Mitch Cornish has brought him down. Now a little run from dummy half. Back for Maloney. Can't handle that one. Sean Maloney has put it down. And the workers, again, have kept their line perfect. With this commanding lead, 39-0. 22 minutes to go, and it is the Workers coming away from their own line again, back towards halfway. Martin has a run. Woden just don't have they just didn't have the skills to get the points past this terrific defence of the Workers. Connor Brebner, he's a big lad. He crosses halfway. Now the little dummy half has a run. Orbison, linking up there with the fullback Cornish, Tyler Cornish, back to Nicholas Cornish, holds it up, fine support play. I thought it was going to be tried time, but they're still keeping it alive. Now they must score out here wide, surely. This time Pat Cook, and Pat Cook went for the big dive. And he got his second try of the match. Well, the defence was shot to ribbons. So someone had to eventually score, but so at the 43. $43-0. It's been a shellacking. Woden did have some field position there for 5, 6 or 7 minutes. But mistakes let them down. They failed to come up with points. And Goulburn have worked it down the park and put another try on the board. 20 minutes to go. I think some of the Woden boys will be wishing that clock would speed up. Into the 40s now is Goulburn, 43-0. Sitting second on the competition ladder. And I think they're feeling quietly confident they'll give this premiership a real good shake. So Chris Hart from the sideline. He's kicked 4 from 6 this afternoon, if my tally is correct. Gee, strikes that one good. Is it going to get the length? No, it hit the crossbar. Hit the... So 43 points to 0. Goulburn Workers as we come to the last 19 minutes of play. Lincoln Withers has had plenty of practice this afternoon at kicking off. The former Canberra Raider, NRL player, and a very smart player indeed. He's had a wonderful career, Lincoln Withers. Ball down to the fullback, Cornish. Over to Martin. 11 metres out from his own line. Robins with a run. Goulburn really in the comfort zone. Connor Brebner still running it up hard. The game is really well beyond reach for Woden, but I guess it's a matter of can Goulburn put on more points. Will they crack the 50? Up the centre, Robins again. Look at the metres he's making. Takes play to the 40. 5th tackle. Ball's knocked down by Woden. 6 again. And the Woden player dives on it, so a scrum will pack 42 metres out from the Rams line. Goulburn with the feed. So Goulburn with the field position. You get the feeling they'll crack 50 in this game. Probably crack it easily. Funny put in. It dribbled around in the scrum there. I think Pat Cook hasn't played halfback too often. Have another crack at it, Pat. That time he got it right. Ball comes out to Cornish Nicholas, and they've put it down. Chris Hart has dropped it. So Woden with the ball. And Dan Pryor, makes good metres on the first run. And here's terrific metres now from Woden. That was Arid Martin with that good run. So can Woden come up with points? 20 metres out. Come out through Withers. Looks to turn the ball back inside to Simonson. Simonson almost through a gap. Little chip. Goes to Goulburn workers. Nicholas Cornish wriggled out of a tackle before he was ridden into the ground by Luke Johnson. Crossfield goes Pat Cook. He's got the 2 tries on the board today. He'll be happy with himself. Mitchell Cornish linking up with, I think it's Tidor on that far side, is it? Might have been Robins again. Goulburn in control as his clock slowly ticks away. 15 minutes to go. And Goulburn have put it down again. They've got a little bit sloppy the last couple of sets. Losing the ball. Whitbread has it. And we'll come back up to halfway for a scrum. Woden will get the scrum feed. And it's a real big blow to Woden Valley Rams' hopes of making the finals this year, this big loss today. Sitting in 5th position before today. Sean Maloney will feed the scrum. Out through Withers. He got it on to Henderson. It's Giger, I think, having a wrestle with them. Lincoln Withers back into the centre of the ground, 45 metres out. Woden just not offering enough in attack to find any points. Goulburn's defence, you've got to give it credit. Simonson playing the ball. Back for Maloney. He got it on to Pryor. Pryor straightens up, beats a couple of would-be tacklers. Ball's hit the deck again. 6 to go. Came up for Goulburn player. So they keep it alive. Murphy goes back infield. Can Woden get some points? Go to the right. Thompson. 5 metres away. Centre of the ground. Woden will switch it to the left. Maloney holds it up. Gave it to Johnson. The referee spotted a little mistake. It's been Woden's afternoon. Little mistakes. Scrum will pack. Goulburn will get the feed and they keep their line intact. They lead 43 points to nil in what has been a shellacking here at the Goulburn Workers Arena. There'll be a few little celebrations at the club this afternoon. The Workers Club. So they come away with it, the Workers. 12 minutes on the clock. And playing at Tidor. He's had a great game. Way for Steve Hart. He's broke the line. He's given it to his winger, Steve Cummins. Cummins had to come back in field. And he just ran out of support players. who was standing on the spot. So Goulburn quickly worked their way into a attacking position. Greenwood up the centre, 40 out. Comes to Mitch Cornish, Nicholas Cornish, and then a drop ball. Matt Warboys. Ball was behind him. Here's a go for Woden. Will they get points in this match? No, they won't. Nicholas Cornish in a great chase. And there's a penalty about to come to Woden. It was Liam Murphy who was going full steam ahead, and the professional foul has been ruled, and he's been sent for 10 minutes. Go and have a spell. The game back underway. Woden have lost it. Referee's blowing his whistle. Tempers are flaring. Bit of push and shove. Nothing too dangerous. Nothing too serious. Just the boys letting off a bit of steam late in the game. 10 to go. At 43-0, there's nothing really worth fighting over. So what will the referee rule here? Someone's going to have a 10-minute. Grab an early shower. You'll have 10 seconds on the clock when your 10 minutes is up. It's the big fella. So down to 11 of the Goulburn workers. Can Woden get points against 11 men? Maloney. Long ball to his centre. Simonson tried stepping off the left. Metre short. Go back the other way to Maloney. Flicks a ball back inside. Defence has read it. Rhoda came up with a good tackle. And from dummy half, so Santos will score, and I hope I've pronounced it right. Costa Santos. Great to see Woden get on the board. That's their first points of the afternoon. Goulburn reduced to 11 men with 2 sent to the sin bin. And Woden have taken advantage of that to score their first try. Lincoln Withers to take the kick. Former Raider. Played at the top level. And he is 10 metres in from touch. Takes the ball back 25. So he's giving it plenty of room to get through the post. He strikes it good. Comes around beautifully. 2 more points for the Woden Valley Rams. 43-6. I was talking about...
The Woden Rams was scored by number 9, Mitchell Suter. Conversion was successful. Number 7, Lincoln Withers, takes the score to Southwest Bulldogs, 43. Woden Rams 6.
So Woden bring the ball back up after their first points of this match. finals aspirations are looking shaky after this loss here today. The Rams. Josh Thompson with the ball. Withers, dummy half. Over to Maloney. Thompson. He's barreled into the ground by Finotti. Thompson's feeling that one. He's got a cramp in the leg. A little bit painful. So he'll stay down, Josh Thompson. One of his teammates is going to help him out. Bends the toe back. So Withers was looking for an inside runner. He had Pryor there, but didn't unload. And the kick for touch successful from Sosantis. Five to go. 43 points to 6. Goulburn Workers Bulldogs have completely outplayed the Woden Valley Rams here this afternoon. I'm going to find it hard to pick a man of the match. Been pretty good across the park. Dylan Rhoda has been very good. Mitchell Cornish as usual, and Nicholas Cornish very busy. And their forwards have certainly done a great job too, Goulburn Workers. Outplayed their opponents in that department, obviously. So Goulburn with the ball. And 4 minutes 40 left on the clock, so time ticking away. You would have thought they were certainties to get to the half century at the rate they were going. But Woden offered some resistance. Now Finotti to play it. Mitch Cornish shows an inside ball over to Chris Hart, on to Steve Cummins. Halfway looming for them. Up the centre they go, War Boys. 45 metres out. Last tackle. It'll be the high one. No, it's the grubber kick from Mitch Cornish. He just wants to find touch and reward his players, his forwards mainly, by kicking for touch and allowing them to walk down to this scrum. And the clock slowly ticks away at 3 minutes, 43 seconds to go. Woden will lick their lips on their way back to the nation's capital, to the southern side of town. They would have come here with hopes of knocking Goulburn off and keeping finals hopes alive. Not saying you can rule them completely out, but that's a good pass. Lincoln Withers was there to take it off Ellis. So Woden back into the centre of the ground. Up to his feet, Murphy to play it. Comes out, Maloney. Another drop ball by Woden. Henderson putting it down, so Goulburn will get another shot at a try with great field position. 35 out this scrum will pack. Pat Cook feeds the scrum. Cornish brothers again, the three of them do great work to get it onto the winger, Cummings. Cummins has stopped in his tracks, 18 metres short of the line. The three Cornish boys with quick, sharp passing. Ball comes out to Tidor. He runs it hard. 9 metres from the line. Dummy half, Raiden Fanuti gives it to Nicholas Cornish. Tries a little chip over the top. It's going to work. Pat Cook, number 3 for Pat Cook. What a beautiful kick. Beautiful kick from Mitchell Cornish. Pat Cook, he just had to wait for it. Catch it and put it down. Woden were too bunched. Cornish read the situation, summed it up perfectly. And the little chip over the top. And I think when that ball was sailing over their heads, Pat Cook was thinking, here's try number 3.
Number 9, Canberra in the field. Try for Goulburn Bulldogs. Instead of today, number 5, Pat Cook, who scored by Pat Cook, responsible by Revolution. They scored the Goulburn Bulldogs 47, Woden Rams 6.
Well, the clock has now gone off, so that might be the end of play. I'm not sure how long there was to go when Pat Cook scored the try, but it would have been somewhere around 2 minutes or less. And Goulburn out to 47 with a kick to come. 47-6 over the Woden Valley Rams. And Chris Hart coming up to have the shot. And strikes that one. Okay. Yeah, it's got the legs. He's got it there. So 49. And there's the siren.
Second version attempt was successful from number 3, Chris Hart, takes a full-time score in the first grade fixture. The Goulburn Bulldogs 49, defeating the Woden Rams 6.
So,
Ladies and gentlemen, the players' presentation is on the Goulburn Workers Club this evening from 6 p.m. tonight, 6 p.m. at the Workers Club, up in the Goulburn Workers Club auditorium. Major sponsors of the Goulburn Workers Bulldogs. Just prior to the Bulldogs trivia night commencing at 7 p.m. All players and partners, families, all welcome back to the club with the Women's League Tag team still continuing to do the raffle and etc. at the club for Ladies' Day, and all money once again donated to the National Breast Foundation. I look forward to seeing you all back at the Golden Workers Club this evening from 6:30 p.m. in the auditorium at the Golden Workers Club.
so there it is. 49 points to 6. The Goulburn Workers Bulldogs having a big win this afternoon over the Woden Valley Rams. behind Mitch.